Hello everyone. Let's talk about stock market. Yesterday was a horrible day. It was bloodbath in the stock market and we all know why. But today was a whole new day. I was expecting that today will be better if the job report that we received this morning, which is mostly from private sector, if it came out okay, then I guess we're going to do fine. But that wasn't the only reason why market was up today. The job report was obviously good because the market was expecting 30,000 new jobs, but it gave us 40,000, which is pretty good, which is actually amazing. That means we're in an all right situation. But if the job report was bad, that means we're leading more towards recession, which I know we're not going to into recession. If you watch my videos, you know I say this in every single video because I want you guys to be aware of this, that recession is done and over with. The other reason why market was up because Donald Trump's tariff are being challenged in the court, and there was a hearing in the court today. But that doesn't mean that decision was going to be made today. But that also gives the market a hope that these tariffs are going to be illegal, and finally, this war on tariff is going to be, or this trade war is going to end, which is going to put an upward pressure on the market. That's why the stock market jumped higher. Tesla, on the other hand, went higher because of because of a huge options activities. If you look at the options market, I think there's lots of option trading is taking place, and these call options are being bought for December 5th, where I think if it goes well, smooth the way it's expected to be, the price of Tesla is going to be between $501 to $507 by December 5th. Now, we all know that today, until midnight, we have time to send our vote in favor of or against Elon Musk's $1 trillion pay package. If this package gets approved, which I hope it does, I have my fingers crossed, but I wouldn't be surprised if it doesn't get approved because I have seen some news where some of the large investors are opposing it because they don't want him to be the only leader, or they don't want Tesla to be a leader-driven company. So some of the investors are of the opinion that they're going to oppose Elon Musk's $1 trillion pay package. But there are also people who say that we don't mind giving him a $1 trillion package if he's making that much money. He's promising me that my investment is going to be sixfold in next 3 to 5 years. So I don't mind him getting paid because I'm getting paid ultimately as well. Why won't you get his package approved? Either way, if it gets approved, if it doesn't get approved, that's obviously going to be very bearish for the market and for Tesla. And Tesla is going to plummet tomorrow. But if it does get approved, then I think Tesla could hit 500 on Friday. I have no doubts about it. But if it doesn't, like if it doesn't, undecisive, sometimes that could happen as well. Then with the call options and these option activities, I think Tesla stock is going to hit $501 to $507 by December 5th. Now, remember this date because if Tesla falls tomorrow to $400, don't send me these nasty messages that who's paying you to make these videos. Nobody's paying me. I give you a timeline, so listen to the timeline carefully. I'm not saying it could hit 500 tomorrow. I'm saying $501 to $507 by December 5th because of the options activity. If Elon Musk's pay package gets approved tomorrow, I will not be surprised. I don't guarantee, but I will not be surprised if we see Tesla touching 500 by Friday. That's also a possibility, but that's conditional. You understand that? So just keep that in mind. Now, so today's stock market was pretty happy and healthy because of they were optimistic about Donald Trump's tariff being illegal soon. But I don't think that the same is going to be happening anytime soon. It might go into maybe next year, 2026, maybe February, March. With the government shutdown, things are not doing well. And as we can see that Bitcoin has dropped significantly, and Bitcoin is obviously very sensitive to market liquidity. And with the government shutdown, the liquidity is obviously very low right now, and hedge funds and these fund managers and some of the large investors are pulling some money out of Bitcoin. They're taking profits because they have to shift that money around into the equity market since the equity market has dropped, and this was by the dip for them, but they didn't have any liquid cash to buy this dip. Though Previously, all the dips have been bought pretty quickly, but now we have liquidity crisis because of the government shutdown. Lots of people are not getting paid their salaries. Lots of people are not going to work, and things are not looking very good. That's probably why the market has been struggling for the past couple of days, and we're in the start of liquidity crisis right now. I also, if you watch my video, I told you that when the interest rates are higher, these fund managers, they actually borrow money from the bank and then they reinvest that into the stock market. The difference of the profits and interest is what goes into their pocket, which is significant because they don't just borrow thousands of dollars, they borrow hundreds of thousands and millions of dollars from the banks, and then they reinvest them. And of course, with the experience, with their mindset, and with the momentum, they can make good money off of that loan that they borrow, and then they pay that loan back with the interest. But their profit that they earned on that investment is obviously much higher than the interest that they pay, and that's how they make money. But because interest rates have been so high, obviously they have not been able to borrow money from the banks, and as a result, with the government shutdown and them buying every dip in the market that has been taking place, everybody is running out of cash, and that liquidity shows in the market because then nobody else is buying. Some people are taking profits because they need the money to put elsewhere, and that's why it was putting downward pressure. Also, the other reason why market was a little bit bearish because Jerome Powell was a little bit more hawkish in his last meeting, and we're not sure if December 10th rate cut is actually going to happen or not. Today, when I was looking at the probability of December rate cut, it went, I think, from 67% to even lower. I think 60% or something like that. I don't remember, but it was lower than it was last Friday when I checked it. So people are becoming more and more disappointed, and they think that maybe December rate cut will not take place, and that's the reason why we see these red days in the market. Bitcoin, I was doing some research on Bitcoin and see why it was dropping. The reason why it was dropping because it was shift of money from Bitcoin into the equity market. Number one. Number two, lots of people were taking, all these people who've been invested into the market for 155 days or longer, into the crypto market, they are taking their profits. And sometimes when these kind of large investors take their profit, it does bring put downward pressure, and cryptocurrency can drop up to 20%, or it could go into even the correction mode. So we saw that it has dropped 20% in the past week or so. It went all the way from 123,000, if I remember correctly, the highest of the price of Bitcoin, to all the way down to below $100,000, which is 98,000. So it tested 98,000. If it continued dropping, it would have stopped at maybe $77,000. But I'm glad that it went right back up. But that doesn't mean that we're in safety right now. It could happen again because there are still people who might want to take some profits. The other reason, the other thing that I want to talk about is MicroStrategy is highly invested into Bitcoin. They are holding the largest position. They're the one who are keeping the price so high on Bitcoin. It kind of makes me a little bit unsafe when it comes to Bitcoin right now. I feel like they have the monopoly over the Bitcoin price. If they dump a large position of Bitcoin, that is going to be creating a loss of bag holders as far as the Bitcoin is concerned. So therefore, if you are not in Bitcoin right now, I would just wait for a little bit longer. Not a personalized financial advice. I just want to see which direction it's going. I just get this gut feeling that MicroStrategy is about to, I think, I might be wrong, I hope I'm wrong, but I just get this gut feeling that MicroStrategy is about to dump a large number of Bitcoin, and if they sell it, that means a Bitcoin crash is going to happen. And that I just don't want to see people going through this. And if you're not into Bitcoin yet, it's really up to you if you want to buy it. But me personally, I'm not buying in right now, even though it has dropped significantly. And if it goes up from this point onward, of course, it's going to hit its all-time high, which was over $120,000. It's a quick money that I can make, but it's a quick money that I could lose as well. So I'm just playing safe right now, and I'm not buying Bitcoin. If you're already in it, then I think you're safe. So let's say if you have bought it like in $55,000 range or 60, 70, then even if it does fall to 77,000, you're still not losing anything. Your money is still safe. So then there's nothing wrong with holding it. But for someone who's new, I mean, even then, if MicroStrategy, let's say they sell a large position, then that is going to cause a big chaos in the Bitcoin price, and that's not going to be very healthy for those who hold a small position. When one company has a monopoly over stocks, equities, or these digital assets, it makes me very nervous because I feel like now I'm at the mercy of their decisions. Now it depends how ethical they are, which I'm sure they're not. These money makers and billionaires are never ethical. That's how they become rich. Um, if you haven't watched The Big Short, and there's another movie that I saw on Amazon Prime the other day, I think The Billions. It talks about how the big pump and dump work, and that's what these money makers do. They pump the stock because they have so much money. They buy in, they bring the stock price high because they have bought them at really cheap. Now stock is running because they put millions of dollars in it. Price is high. Once it reaches the peak, they dump on the retailers, people like you and I, and then we're the one who end up holding the bag. It has happened to me so many times. So I've learned my lesson. I don't rush into any of these things anymore. I take my time, but of course, this comes with experience. But I think overall, if MicroStrategy doesn't dump, then I think we are okay. We're fine. We may have small pullbacks still coming up, but that those pullbacks will be bought up, and there are lots of people who are waiting on the sideline. They'll probably just buy those dips anyway. And if and when the government shutdown ends, that's going to be bearish, but then it'll turn into bullish right after that. Bearish, I'm saying, because we were not getting any employment reports lately for the past, I don't know, 2 or 3 weeks since the government has been shut down. And once we get the job report, and if that unemployment data doesn't look good, then that's going to panic the market, the investors, and it's going to uh, put a panic sell pressure on the market. But then it's going to turn into bullish because as soon as the government opens, then obviously people are going to get their pays, they're going to get their jobs back, and that's going to have some more cash inflow coming into people's pockets. Their buying power will increase, and ultimately investments will go higher in the market, which will put upward pressure, and the prices of the equities will go high. So going forward, this week is almost over. Tomorrow, as I said, I'm looking forward to Elon Musk's pay package. Fingers crossed. I hope he gets his pay package gets approved. Then, oh my God, I can't wait till Tesla touches $500 price target on Friday. It may not happen, but I have a feeling it might be at $500 on Friday if his pay package gets approved. We have seen Tesla go up and down 30, $40 in one day, no problem. It just trades like meme stock. As far as Nvidia and Palantir are concerned, Palantir had great news, but we all know Palantir is at a price where it's like 200 times its uh, revenue growth, which is huge. Lots of people think that it's going to drop. The bear, they think we should short it because the valuation is too high, which I agree. There's lots of um, future revenue is priced into this price. Bulls think that it's going to keep going higher. I wouldn't be surprised if it disappoints both of them. I think it might just go on the sideline, go sideways for a while, and then it might go up. But I could be wrong because I didn't buy it at $30. I thought it has gone up so much. I didn't buy it at 50. I was like, oh no, the valuation is too high. At 70 and 80, I thought it's definitely come down. Then when it touched 100 to 120, I was like, holy cow, I am not touching this because the valuation is too high. This stock is ready to crash anytime. But look at where it is right now. It crossed over $200. Sometimes being too safe is also doesn't make you money either. But I'm okay with that because I rather wait. So having said that, they could come up with some huge news, big contract tomorrow, and stock could hit the next all-time high. But I think in the given circumstances, the stock is going to go maybe sideways for a little while, and then it's going to go pick a direction depending on how well it's doing. Nvidia, we all know Nvidia drops, but it goes back up. Nvidia is the story of the century. They are the leader in AI. They are the new Tesla. in the AI economy and the chip making market. They're the first one who initiated this. They're 10 years ahead of all their competitors. So even if it does drop, I would suggest not a personalized financial advice, the buy the dip. Build your position, hold it for 3 years. In 3 years, I have no doubt that you can retire depending on how many shares you've accumulated while DCAing, over the course of whatever time. I personally don't have any position in Nvidia, in AMD, in Palantir, which I regret. And every time I see these stocks running, it hurts me and hurts me bad. But I'm happy for those who own them. I am so desperate to get into these positions. I have two reasons why I don't have these. First, I feel like the valuation is too high right now, and I just don't want to get stuck holding a bag. And number two, I don't have any liquid cash right now. As I said, liquidity problem. I had put some money into some of the stocks, and those stocks have dropped significantly. So now I have to wait for them to recover. I don't have more money to dollar cost average, no liquid funds. Therefore, I cannot buy. Like, I really want to buy Palantir now that it has dropped. I think it could go back to like in $180 to $179 range. If it does, it's definitely a buy at that point. But unfortunately, I don't have the money to buy that at that moment. So that's the reason why I don't have it. My husband holds, I have NVIDIA in my IRA account and stuff, but not in my, personal um, trading account and my investment account that I trade myself. I don't have it in those. My husband has some NVIDIA in his portfolio. So it's not like we don't own any NVIDIA. We do. But I say I don't own any NVIDIA because I can't withdraw from my IRA account. The only account I can withdraw from if they do well is the account that I manage on day-to-day basis. And I don't hold any NVIDIA shares in that. Palantir, I think my IRA has some Palantir in it, but that's about it. My husband doesn't own any Palantir. Well, my largest position in my portfolio is Tesla, and my husband's largest position in his portfolio is Uber. So that's why I keep a very close watch on Tesla and Uber. But I watch all these other stocks because I want to buy into those. But the problem is they're expensive and I don't have the money. But if you do have it, I'm happy for you. Good luck. Keep adding every dip that you get on these stocks, because if the AI story is real and true, which I'm almost certain that it's true, I think you can't fail, and it's gonna take you to the next level of your wealth and your social status, I believe. I hope this helps. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Give my video a thumbs up. And please be very careful and be safe out there. Don't hate me if you hate Zohran Mamdani. I love this guy. He's a genius. I made a video earlier. If you haven't watched this video, please watch this video. It's already uploaded to my channel. He is a new elected mayor of New York City, and I like him because the way he won the election. I do have some problem with some of his policies, but that's besides the point. But don't hate me, just be safe. Only invest that money which you're absolutely willing to lose, and don't waste the money into the market, which is your hard earned and you need that absolutely. I hope this helps. Until next one, take care and goodbye.